Hello, Anthony Navarro here with Colorado Shooting Sports. We're going to be talking about the AK-47 top covers and bolt carriers, not just concerning the AK Lightning Bolt, but also just in general some information that will be helpful for you. We're going to talk about the differences between all the different types of guns as well as the different calibered AKs that are out there. But a big question that we always have is people see this gun. This is one we threw in the dirt and kicked dirt on and shot. We just recently refinished it entirely in a ceramic coating to deal with corrosive ammo more efficiently. But a lot of people want to get this hinged top cover for their AK-47, and unfortunately that's not available. These are really for the Krinkov type guns like the AKS 74Us and such that already come with them. So if yours doesn't already have a hinged top cover, we really can't make one for you. But one thing I'll point out with this one, since it's actually just a tiny AK-74, is you'll notice that the piston is really small. On a standard AK-74, it's about right up here. So that's one difference. Two, it's more lightly constructed on that right side. And then the big difference is the hole where the bolt rides back and forth is approximately 9 millimeters in size. So I can actually drop a 9mm round in there, wiggle it back and forth, and it doesn't want to move. So that's kind of a real big indicator there that you're dealing with an AK-74. So it's got a hinged cover. It's got a smaller piston. Some other little minute things. They even look just a little bit different as well. When we talk about AK-47s and AK-74s in general, the top cover is compatible. So this is an AK-47, a 7.62 gun, and this top cover will fit very easily on that AK-74. So I wouldn't worry too much about that if you're dealing with top cover issues and want to switch out to a different one. There is a big exception, like if you talk about AK-40, actually let me go ahead and pop this off here so you can kind of describe what I'm talking about. But on an AK-47, the difference between that and the 74, as I mentioned, is the size of that hole for the bolt. And you notice if I put a 9mm round in here, this thing just wobbles back and forth. If you want to talk about size, that one's about 9 millimeters in size. This one's about 11 millimeters in size. So if you have an AK-47 that you can put a 9mm in there and just wobble it, then our drop-in system will go right into the gun. However, the Saiga AK-47s in 7.62x39 actually have the same size hole as an AK-74. So if you have that, you definitely have to send us your top cover and your bolt carrier to be converted. So that's kind of a real big difference to point out there. What else? The Romanians, the Polish, and the non-Saiga Russian ones, our drop-in systems should go right in there easily with no problems. If you have a Yugoslavian or a Norinco AK, because not a whole lot of parts were brought in for certain ones, sending in your parts for conversion is kind of your only option. They always turn out extremely well, though. For some reason, the Yugos and the Rincos come out gorgeous when they're done. One of the hottest new guns on the market, as far as AKs go, are these little Draco pistols. They're really easy to convert to a short barrel rifle. They have a unique front end, so they're pretty popular right now. But this one has some other unique issues, so you can't put a standard AK-47 lightning bolt right into it. For one, what we've noticed is that the size of the top cover, the width of it, this way, the Draco top cover is actually wider than an AK-47 or an AK-74, so you would have to send in your stuff to have it converted. Also, the piston is slightly shorter, and interestingly enough, if you look at the rifle I just pulled out the longer bolt carrier from, it's a rifle that looks very similar. It's kind of built off that whole Draco idea. So one would assume that the parts would fit, but they don't. They're not compatible. So, and again, I'll just kind of show you that. So I'm going to move this guy out of the way and actually show you just how easy it is to take this, which I pulled out of the AK-47, and take one of our drop-in systems, and we're just going to put this right into the gun. So I'm going to drop it out of its container. It's all ceramic coated, so it deals with corrosive ammo very well. I'm just going to take my bolt out of the other bolt carrier, toss it into the bolt carrier there, rotate it into the gun, install the return spring, put on the new AK Lightning Bolt top cover. And she's ready to roll. So it really is that simple to install an AK Lightning Bolt into your gun. Again, to reiterate, the Draco has a shorter piston and a slightly wider top cover. Now here's something that is very, very coveted because there's not a whole lot of Saiga parts that come into the country. But I'm going to get this up real close because it's pretty neat looking. But the Saiga top covers have these massive holes for the shot shells. And then also the bolt carrier itself is very unique. It's got this massive cutout for those 12 gauge shells to rotate out. If you have a Saiga shotgun, you definitely are going to need to send in your top cover and bolt carrier. But I'm going to point out a couple of things on why the Saiga Generation 2 systems, our AK Lightning Bolts, are so popular. Because you cannot put a loaded 12 gauge Saiga mag into the gun easily because the bolt itself is kind of blocking that big fat round. So here's the beauty of the Gen 2 system. You're firing away, and you fire the last shot. You initiate your reload by rotating the ejection port down, run the left side handle down, hook it with your middle finger, dump that empty mag on the ground, grab a second full magazine, and you rock it into the gun, having some technical issues, and then let it go, and it just loads that round for you. So it does speed up the reloads quite a bit, and you can kind of see why they're so popular with like 3-gun guys and guys that are just wanting to make the Saiga easier to reload, because even the magazines on the Saiga are very cumbersome. So the question is always asked, where can I get these? Visit the Colorado Shooting Sports Facebook page. You'll see all sorts of information on how to install our AK Lightning levers and some other things. You can also visit our website at coloradoshootingsports.com. And then we've also got international sales through U.S. Tactical Supply, and they deal with all the ITAR regulations and things like that. But we have lots of private security guys working in Mexico, Afghanistan, Iraq, and then we also have individuals that have called us from the area of operation and ordered them themselves and had them shipped overseas. So if you can also give us a call here at the store at 970-395-0664. And I would highly recommend that if you just have a question or you're just not sure if the drop-in system's going to roll into your gun, or if you need to send in your parts for conversion, the call's free. We love to talk to you guys about the product. So give us a call anytime, and thank you very much. Hope the video has been useful for you, and have a great day.